You want to come sit in my truck for a minute?
No, sir. It's fine. Thank you, sir.
Can I see your face? So I know who you are? You're on my property.
Back in January 2013, a family living on a remote homestead deep in the woods woke to something unusual along a trail that crossed their property. And what they discovered left them with more questions than answers.
But here's how the story goes. My wife saw fresh tracks on her way out from work this morning in the driveway. So I came out here a little while later. I was going to be leaving. So I started tracking them. They came all the way from the pole barn and they were headed out towards the road. So let me show you a clip of that. All right, here's these tracks fresh on the 22nd of January. Looks like they were dragging something. Here's the pond. In the middle there, you can see drag marks. And the origination is by the pole barn. There's no other tracks. That's where they start, almost like somebody was dropped off.
Fresh footprints and long drag marks stretched across the snow-covered ground, almost as if something, or someone, had been dragged through the woods. Curious and concerned, he followed the trail further, until he came face to face with a man who clearly didn't seem to be in the right state of mind.
And then as I'm following the tracks out of the corner of my eye, I see a guy tucked up next to a tree. Just sitting there with something covering his head, and he's got to be freezing. So let me show you what happened next. What do you mean going for a walk?
Just thought I'd get out and go for a walk.
Where do you live?
Downtown.
Downtown where? What's your name? Are you okay, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to get away from my wife for a while.
Okay. Are you cold, man?
Yeah, I am.
You're not in any trouble, are you?
No.
You're not running from the cops or anything like that?
Oh, no.
No? All right. And you walked all the way out here from...
I had a friend drop me off.
Okay, that's what it looked like by the tracks. They drop you off up here by the barn?
Out down this way.
Did you walk in my driveway or come in another way?
I'm not sure, sir. I've had a rough night.
Okay.
The man had a cloth wrapped around his head and claimed he had been dropped off, had a rough night, and was trying to get away from his wife. Unsure whether the story was true and not knowing what the man's intentions were, the situation quickly became unsettling.
Okay, that's what it looked like by the tracks. They drop you off up here by the barn?
Out down this way.
Did you walk in my driveway or come in another way?
I'm not sure, sir. I've had a rough night.
Okay. Let me give you my jacket. I got an extra jacket here.
Oh, that'd be great, sir. Thank you.
And let me see, make sure everything's all right at your house there. There ain't nothing, bad going on.
No. I didn't have women on.
Well, I suppose. All right, here.
Thanks, sir.
How come you're covering your face?
Oh, I'm just trying to stay warm, sir. She took everything I had, kind of left me high and dry.
All right, put that on, man, the right way. You want to come sit in my truck for a minute?
No, sir. It's be fine. Thank you, sir.
Can I see your face? So I know who you are? You're on my property. I mean, are you all right, man?
Don't take no pictures of me, sir.
All right, well, I just want to know that you ain't trying to steal something, that's all.
No.
So then I called the sheriff's department. I mean, I offered the guy, I had a conversation with the guy, you know, tried to give him a ride, tried to let him warm up, something. So I just left him. I called the sheriff.
Deciding it was the safest option, he contacted the sheriff's department, concerned not only for the man's well-being, but also for the safety of his family living on the property. Deputies soon arrived and peacefully escorted the man away. But discovering mysterious tracks leading to a stranger on your own woodland trail is the kind of encounter that stays with you, leaving you wondering what could have happened had things turned out differently. A YouTuber known for living deep in the woods and sharing life around his homestead was carrying out a simple job one afternoon, burning a pile of dead leaves safely on his property while filming a short video for his viewers. It wasn't until later that evening that one comment completely changed the way he looked at the footage.
So I got my little phone out and I'm like, I'm on Snapchat and Instagram stories, and so I hold up my phone and I do this little Instagram story and post it. So your mama told you not to play with fire, right? Well, whoopsie. Anyway, so I'm on Instagram and I this little video. No big deal, don't think anything about it. Stay out here in the woods, walking around. I burned several acres out here in the woods yesterday. So it's getting dark, I'm kind of watching my fires, watching everything. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. About 9 o'clock at night last night, 9:30, something like that. I get this message on Instagram from Jason over at Cog Hill Farm. He replies to my Instagram story and it says, hey, was that a Sasquatch in the background of your video? I was like, what? I never noticed anything. So I go back and watch it, and I'll play that for you guys. I'll play it several times, then I'll slow it down. I watched this Instagram story and I'm like, oh, what in the heck was that? And I'm standing out in the woods in the dark, like way out in the middle of nowhere. And I watched this thing and I'm like, I have no idea what that was. I'll play it for you guys right here. So your mama told you not to play with fire, right? Well, whoopsie. Oh yeah, lots of fire. Oh yeah, lots of fire.
A viewer pointed out something moving in the distance. Far in the background, what appeared to be a strange figure could be seen running through the trees with an unnatural movement unlike anything he had noticed while filming. Shocked, he replayed the footage over and over, unable to explain exactly what he was looking at, never considering himself someone who easily believed in the unexplained. The clip completely caught him off guard. To this day, he still has no idea what crossed through the woods behind him, and the footage continues to leave both him and his viewers questioning what really lurks deep within those forests. Walking your dog along a quiet woodland trail should be peaceful, something Andrew and his dog Cooper had done countless times before. But on this particular walk, what began as a relaxing afternoon quickly turned into a frightening encounter. While walking through Fish Creek, Cooper stopped to sniff along the trail as Andrew briefly looked down at his phone. When he looked back up, he immediately realized they weren't alone.
Ah! Get out of here! Hey! Hey! No! Get out of here! Hey! Ah! Get out of here! Get going! Get going! Hey! Go! Come on! Get out of here! Hey! Get out of here! Ha! Let's go! Come on! Let's go! Ha!
Roughly 10 steps away, a coyote stood watching them from the bushes. Andrew shouted in an attempt to scare it away, but unlike most coyotes, this one refused to back off. Instead, it remained completely fixated on Cooper, slowly moving closer before suddenly charging towards them. With tension rising by the second, Andrew continued yelling and making himself appear as intimidating as possible until the coyote finally gave up and retreated back into the trees. Thankfully, both Andrew and Cooper walked away unharmed, but the encounter served as a chilling reminder that even a routine walk along a familiar trail can turn dangerous without warning. For Wargay, spending time deep in the wilderness is nothing unusual. Known for his bushcraft adventures alongside his loyal dog, he has spent countless nights surrounded by nature. But one remote camping trip quickly turned into something straight out of a horror movie. Setting out into an isolated forest with nothing but miles of trees surrounding them, Wargay gathered firewood, built his camp, and settled in for what he expected to be another peaceful night outdoors. As darkness took over and exhaustion finally set in, he climbed into his shelter hoping to get some sleep. Then, in the middle of the night, his usually calm and well-behaved dog suddenly began barking frantically before running deeper into the forest. Moments later, his dog cried out in pain. Without hesitation, Wargay began shouting into the darkness, hoping to scare away whatever had attacked his companion. The forest fell into chaos, but despite the terrifying encounter, very little footage was captured. Even so, there was enough evidence to prove that something was out there with them that night, and whatever it was had attacked his dog, leaving Wargay shaken for the rest of the trip. An avid outdoorsman known for his hunting adventures set out for what should have been a routine hunt along a remote trail in the woods of Imnaha. But it wasn't long before both he and his friend found themselves in a situation no hunter wants to face.
Oh, that's the big one. Yeah, you better run. That was a big dog.
That was cool.
Wolves are exactly on opposite sides of us.
With bows in hand, the pair quietly made their way through the woodland when the silence was suddenly broken by the unmistakable sound of wolves. Howls echoed through the trees from multiple directions, growing louder with every passing moment. Before long, they spotted members of the pack, making it clear they weren't simply hearing wildlife in the distance. They were far closer than they had first thought.
Can't tell if he's angry or if he's laughing.
Realizing the risk was only increasing, the pair made the decision to end the hunt and carefully head back. Surrounded by wolves on a remote trail is enough to make even the most experienced outdoorsman think twice. Whether it was wildlife, mysterious strangers, or something that still can't be explained, every one of these encounters is a reminder that the wilderness can change in an instant. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and stay out of the shadows.